Hello everyone, I'm Sandy Anastasi, psychic channel, intuitive astrologer, and soul coach. And I'm here with my editorial video blog. This one is for March of 2019. People often ask me how I first got into doing psychic readings. I can do future-oriented astrology, tarot, numerology, runes, channeled readings, guided readings, mediumship, even palmistry, and tea leaf readings. So just about every kind of reading I can do, have done. Many I still do today for my many clients. Yet I started out not even realizing that I was psychic. I believed, and believe now, that studying and working with all of the tools that I enjoyed and played with in my early years helped my psychic ability to develop. Today, I can do a reading with no tools at all. Just reading the energy around a person or channeling the information directly from my guides and their guides. But I still love all of the amazing tools available to us in the metaphysical field. And among those tools, my most very favorite are the tarot cards. My students are often surprised when I tell them that the very first tool that I actually learned to read with was the tarot. Because of that, the tarot is always going to be very near and dear to my heart. I actually learned the tarot from a one-night lecture in which the speaker flashed all 78 cards and gave a simple meaning for each card. I recorded the lecture, a habit of mine, and in the ensuing days, I played that recording through a couple of times. For some reason, it stuck in my mind. I didn't believe in the cards back then. In fact, I didn't even believe I was psychic. But playing with the cards was fun, and reading them came so very easily to me. So they became my very favorite party game. I'd carry the deck with me in my purse, and on my work breaks or when we'd meet for drinks after work, I'd ask my friends if they wanted me to read their cards. To me, it was just for fun, and I never expected anyone to take it seriously. You can imagine my surprise when people began coming back to me and asking me for the next installment in their lives. Frankly, I thought they were nuts. After all, it was just a party game, wasn't it? It was just for fun, right? I didn't believe them when they told me that the stuff I was telling them was happening. That is, until I told one gal that if she kept seeing a particular guy, she would get pregnant. And she did. That was definitely incontrovertible evidence. No one else even knew she was dating the guy. That was a major turning point for me. I still didn't think of myself as psychic. Therefore, I told myself the cards themselves must somehow be able to predict the future. And so I studied, and I researched, and I thought long and hard about how they could do that. And what I finally came up with, and I still do believe this to this day, is that the pictures that are used on the tarot deck, and the deck I use is called the Rider-Waite deck. Well, I believe the pictures on the deck are taken from universal archetypes that we all unconsciously know. And so by studying them and learning them and bringing those archetypes to conscious awareness, I was able to read them back to my clients when they shuffled them and put them into the right order. So that was the way I figured they must be working, because they obviously were working. So as I had brought those archetypes into my conscious awareness through my studies, I allowed for their ability to predict the future through that connection. And with a very small stretch of the imagination, I concluded that on a subconscious level, my friends knew where their current actions in their lives were going to lead them. And that accounted for the card's ability to predict the future after my friends shuffled them. I still think much of that thinking is true, though there's far more to it than that which I teach in my classes. Meanwhile, I chalked up the accuracy of my readings to the cards. But something interesting began to happen over time to me. First, my readings became deeper. They became more complete and still more accurate. Then I began to talk about things that were definitely not even in the pictures on the cards, but they were still accurate. Eventually, the pictures on the cards began to reshape themselves as I read them. They turned into different pictures while I sat and looked at them. That gave me still more information, and although it was a little weird, I went with it because it worked. And I began to receive even more information still through all of my other senses. In fact, all of my senses began to become stimulated as I looked at and read the cards. I realized that something interesting was happening. The cards were able to predict the future all by themselves, so I didn't have to be psychic to use them. But with frequent use, they were stimulating and helping me to develop my psychic ability. The more I worked with them, the more my own psychic skills were opening up, my own psychic faculties. I was pretty amazed, let me tell you. Today, the tarot is not only one of my own favorite psychic tools to read with, it's also a tool I recommend to anyone like you who might want to develop their own psychic ability. Yes, I recommend that you learn them too. It's easy and it's fun. It's amazing when you can learn about yourself while you're reading the cards. Pretty amazing. Yes, they teach you about you as well. So you get to predict the future, you get to develop and open your psychic skills, you get to find out a whole lot about yourself, all from reading with this lovely little metaphysical tool called the tarot cards. From the tarot, I went on to study a host of other tools and concepts in the metaphysical field. I became insatiable, in fact. My thirst for occult knowledge, that means hidden, by the way, the word occult, seemed unending, and it still is. Even today, as a teacher of just about everything in the metaphysical field, I still am a student myself. I study everything I can get my hands on. So you could say that the tarot is really what launched my career as a psychic and as a teacher as well. Thanks so much for coming by and listening to this editorial blog today. I had so much fun writing it. And my students who have asked me for this, here's your answer. I hope you enjoyed finding out this, what I think is very valuable information, because I think it can help you too. Enjoy. My name is Sandy Anastasi. You can reach me online at www.sandyanastasi.com. Please check out my website. Sign up for my newsletter. You can get this editorial each month, maybe not this one, but one like it, right in your inbox. Find out how to get onto my monthly psychic hour. It's free. And check out all of my classes and even my membership area on my website. I'm here for you. Thanks so much. Bye for now.